Here's my 1946 Logan 210 that I just got done redoing. Not really, kind of repainting and just cleaning stuff up and making sure everything works good. Over the past few weeks, 2-3 weeks here, I slowly cleaned it up, and it gets boring if you do it all at once, so took a little time to do it, and now it's all nice and shiny, squeaky clean. I didn't do the switch, I guess, but I can always do that later. I will change gears, and I think it's set up for 1 and 12 right now. So otherwise, sometimes there's an extra set of gears here on the banjo, but everything works good and nice looking. There's under the hood. Oops, I won't turn it. But this thing pops back when you loosen it up. There's a tensioner way back there. See that bolt right there? That tensions this thing up, and it pushes it back and tightens it up when the lid closes. So then you can change your gears and your back gear when you pull the bull pin. There's a bull pin here. There it is right there. You pull that guy out. See, it just pops out a little bit, and then that frees that up from the main drive. And you pop the back gear in, and then that slows everything way down. But I'll put mine back in here because I don't use that very often. So that's just on a retainer there, so that's nice that it stays there. So I'll drop this inner workings. Oh, one thing here too. When I redid this one, I need to get some shorter bolts here, but if you can kind of look in there, and on each side here, there's supposed to be some bushings in there. Well, here's the original bushing, one of them. Here's the other one. That was just rubber. It's probably the original one. So what I did is I went and found some polyurethane bushing material, kind of like they use on suspension on a car, and I fashioned, those are 1-inch hole here, so I just, in 3/8 inch bolts. They should be about 2.5 by 3/8 inch. Anyways, I drilled a new hole in my polyurethane rod that I got, and I cut some new bushings in there, so now everything's nice and tight. So that's just a little thing that I did here. So close that. So that's nice and tight. Original chuck. I have another one here, but it's kind of old. It still works, but it's good. My threading dial, everything. I can turn it on here, and here's my tailstock. Turn it on here for a second and see it run. It's nice and quiet. That clicking is I got a belt that somebody riveted together, so I need to put a new belt in there, but other than that, works pretty good. I can put the feed gear in, that works pretty good. You can see the screw is turning there. Just flip it on and turns. Turn that. If I want to go the other way, just flip this pin that I got it set up at such high speed, it'll go quick, but when you put the belt down to the lower speed, it doesn't go so quick, but the cross slides work, so yeah, it's a nice little lathe, and kind of glad I did all the work to clean it up. It looks 10 times better, and it'll probably last another 50-60 years the way it is, with the minimal use it's gotten. The only thing I didn't do here was I believe these were painted. I can always take those off later and do them. That's not a big deal. But other than that, yeah, everything's in good shape. It looks nice, works good, and not too noisy, and nice looking little lathe. Nice working little lathe too. So there you go. There's my little Logan 210.